Welcome back, all my Warners out there. It's so good to see you again. And if you're just joining, hi, I'm Warren on the Wire. I post fun content like this one. So if you're interested, consider subscribing and check me out every Saturday. So today I'm going to be talking about the future for God of War. So many of you, I'm sure many of you know what the God of War franchise is. I did not grow up with the original one that came out on the PS2. I watched the cutscenes for the old games because the only way to play the other ones on PS5 is to subscribe to the PlayStation Plus, and I am not doing that. I'm not going to ask my mom to pay for that. No, that's not happening. So I watched the cutscenes for the original games, like the main trilogy and the spin-off ones like Ghost of Sparta, Chains of Olympus, Ascension. But I did play the 2018 one and God of War Ragnarok. So, and I also played the Valhalla DLC, and that's where the point of this video is going to come from. I'm going to be talking about the future of God of War, whether it's going to be an Atreus spin-off, since Atreus left on his own journey then of God of War Ragnarok, or if Santa Monica Studios is going to bring Kratos back. So, share your thoughts on what Kratos is, how God of War is going to pan out in the future. I would love to hear what you guys think, so share your thoughts in the comments, and let's just get into the video. So, let's just start off with the main baseline of how God of War the original God of War Ragnarok story ended. So the original God of War Ragnarok story ended with Atreus going on his own journey to find the rest of the giants. He left without Kratos. By a pure, beautiful scene, he left on his own, and we don't know where Atreus is at this point. We don't, there's no, seeing him in Valhalla. We don't, see him, God of War Ragnarok, the last time we see him is when he's walking away. And that's the last time we see him. So, if Santa Monica Studios does return for God of War, I don't really, and they don't want to really take Kratos back in under their wing of being the main character. Maybe they just want to make a spin-off game for Atreus. You know how the Insomniac Spider-Man games happened, how all three of the games didn't focus all around Peter Parker. We had a side, just spin-off game for Miles Morales. Even though it was shorter, it still went great for the series. And maybe that's how God of War will turn out. Maybe they'll make an Atreus game that's not a complete God of War story. Maybe it's not an 11-hour game. Maybe it's a shorter 7-hour spin-off game. And honestly, I would be okay with that because I really want to know how Atreus grows on his own, because this is the first time he's actually gone on a journey on his own, unless you don't count those little sneak outs that he did in God of War Ragnarok. So if Santa Monica Studio does return, does give Atreus the spotlight for once, I would be totally fine with playing a solo game with just Atreus. I think that would be a great thing. So yeah, that's an option that Santa Monica Studios can do for God of War in the near future. And this one is kind of obvious, but I don't know if Santa Monica Studios wants to continue Kratos' story. And especially after Valhalla. The whole point of God of War Ragnarok Valhalla DLC was Kratos conquering his Greek demons. That's why, all of Greek, that's why all the old enemies from the original games came back in Valhalla. That's why the ending had the ending of God of War 1 where Kratos talked to his younger self when he took Ares' throne. That's the whole point of Valhalla, and I don't really think they need to go into more with Kratos' story, because the way they ended it all, it kind of had a completely... Anyway, sorry for the cut. So I don't really think they need to, continue Kratos' story, because he is he's kind of finished, in a way, because especially with, the whole ending to God of War, like, the Valhalla, like, with the ending, like, of him sitting on the chair, like the older version, it kind of completed the circle of Kratos. So, yeah, who knows what they'll bring back. And lastly, I want to talk about, like, what fans have wanted. Like, I have seen leaks on YouTube of, like, the next God of War game would be Egypt gods, and honestly, that might be interesting. I don't really know how they're going to do it, but that might be interesting. So, I don't really have anything to go off for the Egypt thing. I just hope, like, if they do that, don't, like, maybe make, like, Atreus the main character. Like, have Atreus go to Egypt, not Kratos. Like I said, Valhalla was the perfect end to Kratos' story. He is done. I feel like God of War with Kratos is done. Have an Atreus spin-off game with him going to Egypt. I think that's great. Anyway, share your thoughts of God of War's future in the comments. Wyatt, signing out. But remember, peace and kindness, the things we need most. Stay wild.